Okay, here's a look at the E-mini S&P through the eyes of E-mini day trader for Monday, April the 18th, 2011. Well, we had a big sell-off overnight. As you can see right here, this is what occurred overnight, this profile right here. So this is the profile from Friday, and this is today's profile here. So a very big sell-off overnight. We had used previously the 7 area as support. That's what we're looking at going into Friday. Then Friday dipped just a little bit below it here and then had a good move higher. So the fact that the market came down and pierced through that in the overnight session very convincingly really gave a whole new shift, if you will, on our outlook of the market. And with it opening below there and holding below there, we're much more likely to be biased to the short side. However, today is the kind of day that could very well have made an intermediate bottom. A lot of times when you get a big sell-off and you don't get follow-through, or the follow-through lower fails, that can be it for the swing move, and today showed that kind of potential. So we're going to take a look at 99 and then 93 as possible support areas, and then of course 90 and then 79. So those are really the areas that we're looking for support, with a likelihood of this market to rally up and possibly get back up into the 6 to 7 area and test that area tomorrow. If it can't go above today's high, which was 375, 1303.75, then obviously it doesn't have that lift at least yet, and then we would continue to have this bias on the downside. So that's really what we're looking at from the market from today and tomorrow. We also take a look at the market profiles from the regular trading hours, and here you can see today, Monday, the one in the bottom right corner here after last week's move lower. So we had several trades today, and it's going to be they're kind of clustered here together. Um, I'll just make a note of the short trades. Here's a short trade here, another short here, another short here, another short here, another short here, and then a short late in the day. So those are the short trades that were set up. And the first trade here, some of our members got filled and then quickly hit the first objective. Others didn't and then were stopped out. So kind of depends on how your fill was on that particular trade. As the market came down, this trade here, so this is our first one here, this actually became our second trade right here. It did hit our first objective, so then we were stopped out at break even on that trade. But when the market rallied up, we took this short trade here as our third trade, and we're stopped on that. As you can see here, though, we did have a long trade in here, long trade here. These are all of the up arrows, as you can see through here. So this long trade was not taken. The first long trade was not taken. The second long trade, we actually didn't take that trade. The market was very volatile, and we were still really in the downward bias. It had just shifted to green at that time, but the structure was very bearish, and even though it ended up having a nice bounce, we did not take that trade. And so our fourth trade was actually over in here, and then our fifth trade was along here. And then we had a sixth trade over here. When the market got up, we got a nice short in here, able to participate in that down move. This is a really nice entry on the long trade. It went up nicely. It did come back down here and stop us at break even. I'm sorry, it moved over 3 points, so we did get 1 point on the final partial on that fifth trade. The fourth trade here was that was a break even. It did move down, hit our first objective, and then turn around, so break even on that. So we ended up with 6 trades today. It wasn't, we had a losing day today, and oftentimes the Monday can be pretty darn volatile. Now, especially when it opens with such a large gap as it did today, it has even more potential to really be quite volatile. So that's, as you can see, for example, that first trade was a short. Well, it when we were in the trade, it did bounce above and stop us, but then, as you can see here, it then continued on the way down. So, the trade did define the auction, which is what we asked it to do very nicely. It's just a little too volatile for us at that time, so we ended up by getting stopped out on that. And um, so we're going to take a look in around the 98 area for potential support. 98 to 99 areas potential support, and then not down again until 93. With a look perhaps at testing today's high, which is up around 1303.75, and maybe even up to the 1306 area. So that's really what we're looking at heading into tomorrow. Any questions or comments, don't hesitate in getting a hold of us. Reach us at info@eminidaytrader.com, and we always enjoy hearing your questions and comments. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you again tomorrow.